Hello, my dears. Welcome to my channel. Today we are diving into a very tough but an important topic, betrayal. Well, specifically 5 things betrayal takes from us and more importantly, what we can do to reclaim them. Whoa, just saying the word betrayal feels so heavy, right? It's such a loaded word for good reason actually, because betrayal, it really shakes the foundation of what you believe, like about life, about love, about yourself, whether it comes from a friend, colleague, or a romantic partner. It really makes you question everything, like your words, your choices, even the past. So it really is a tough and very layered topic to dive into. But today we are gonna stick to that five listing that I have decided on. And while it does take these 5 things from us, I believe it also brings us an opportunity to grow and to reclaim what feels lost and move on. So let's talk about it. Number one, your trust in others. That's one of the first things betrayal takes from you. And here is the ironic truth. Betrayal can only hurt you because you trusted in that person in the first place, right? Because if it was someone you didn't trust it, you would be disappointed, but you wouldn't feel betrayed. Trust is fragile, and when it is broken, it feels like your innocent, untarnished version of trust is gone forever, and you will never be able to trust someone ever again in that same innocent way. So, can we really get it back? Well, I believe so, but it starts with you. You have to understand and remind yourself that choosing to trust wasn't your mistake. Their betrayal was their failure, not yours. So, rebuilding trust is not about others, it's about learning to trust yourself again. Trust that your ability to make better choices, trust that you can spot red flags from now on, trust that you can protect your heart while still trying to stay in connection. And it's okay to take baby steps for it. Dip your toes casually, cautiously, and allow yourself to rebuild trust in yourself in your own time. And over time, you might even be feeling surprised that your ability to trust is restored, and not in them, but in you. All right, number two on our list of things betrayal took from us, your sense of self-worth. So betrayal has this cruel way of making you question everything. And one of those hard questions is, was I not enough? If only I were smarter, prettier, more understanding, more insert your insecurity here. If only I was enough, then maybe they wouldn't have risked losing me. This one stings for me too, not gonna lie. Rebuilding self-worth after betrayal is tough because it often taps into this old wound that's likely coming from childhood, that love is something, that the belief that you have to earn love or to be perfect to deserve it. But like betrayal doesn't necessarily create this belief, but it certainly presses on it and shine a harsh light on it. While it really, really hurts, it's also a chance to be healed from it. And here's the truth, their actions reflect them, not you, not your words. Imagine how many beautiful, intelligent, loving people who got betrayed. It's not about being perfect. You could have been the perfect partner and still face this, because betrayal speaks to the betrayer's issues, not your worth. And as much as our old wounds want to use this as a proof that says, okay, look, you were not enough, you were not worthy, this we have to recognize that this is a hurt response and it's not the real truth. So we have to be aware of our mind when it tries to make this connection. And gently, without judgment, we need to remind ourselves why it is not the truth. So when your mind tries to connect betrayal to your self-worth, pause and remind yourself that I'm enough as I am. Their choices don't define my worth. It's not easy, obviously, but you have to practice this because this is likely an old belief, and you will need time to undo this belief. But you can definitely start untangling your self-worth from their actions. So moving on our list, number 3, your memories. Woof, this is a tough one, isn't it? Because betrayal doesn't just hurt the present, it actually reaches into the past and rewrite the story there, and it taints even your happiest memories. Suddenly those like moments, well, while it was a like comforting memory for you, it feels hollow, or worse, it feels fake. It feels like a lie. I actually felt a lot of anger over this and sadness over this. I was upset that I even lost my happy memories. So yeah, this is definitely a tough one on the list. So what do we do to reclaim this? Well, it is easy to let the betrayal overshadow everything, but you can just focus on what is real. And you were real in those moments, in those memories. Your love was real, your care was real, your joy was real. So it reflected your ability to connect deeply and not just the relationship. So you can focus on that and focus on reclaiming those memories as part of your story and not theirs. Number 4 on the list, your future plans. Betrayal doesn't just take the relationship away from you, it takes the future you dreamed of. Like that milestone anniversary, which won't happen right now, that someday plans you imagined together, that next trip that got cancelled. You are not just mourning the relationship that ended, you are also grieving the life you thought you were going to have. And this one is actually not easy to spot at first because you are focused on the loss of the relationship and not realizing you have also lost the shared feature. But there's a silver lining with this one actually, because your possibilities just got expanded. Like, what dreams did you put aside for that relationship? What can you do right now that wasn't possible before? Maybe it's something small, like watching that TV show with subtitles your ex hated. Or maybe it's something bigger, like pursuing a long lost goal. So, what you can do to reclaim this is to shift your focus from what is lost to what is now possible. So, and make it your chance to create the feature that's entirely yours. And last but not the least on our list, betrayal took from us, number 5, your inner peace. Oh my gosh. The disbelief, the injustice, the pain, it's chaotic, it's overwhelming. Your mind loop through like what ifs, why, why didn't, like it's over and over. Your emotions are like a storm you can't calm. You are a mess and it doesn't feel like you can recover from this anytime soon. And honestly, reclaiming your inner peace takes time, but it starts with allowing yourself to feel the feelings first. The sadness, the anger, the grief, the 3 musketeers of the betrayal, you have to feel them. You can't, or rather should not, bypass this stage. I assume at this point you know that suppressing doesn't really work in the long term, so you need to find an outlet, whether it be like writing it down, screaming into a pillow, doing an intense workout, talking out with friends, anything to let it out. and then you will need to rewrite the narrative. It wasn't my trust that failed, it was their inability to honor it. Love isn't a shield against selfish choices, but I can love again with wisdom and strength. Well, obviously, if you can also do meditation, therapy, and showing yourself self compassion, they won't fix stuff overnight, but they will definitely speed up your healing journey on this one, and eventually the chaos will calm down. That was my list of 5 things betrayal takes from you and what I think you can do about it. And I would like to add one more thing to this, that it is very tempting to let the betrayal define your whole story. It's very easy to choose to live in that pain, in that unfairness of it, but staying stuck in that victim mindset, that will only give power to what happened. And I always say you are more than what happened to you. You are the choices you make now, the strength you find to heal, and the life you rebuild. So let betrayal be a chapter and not your life story. Let the pain fuel your growth, and let this be your rebirth. Because no matter what betrayal took from you, you are more than that. So trust that you can still claim some pieces of it if you choose to do so. But even without them, you can still tap into your inner strength and change the story of your life. And remember, you do have the power to change the story of your life. Even if you don't believe it fully, try it. Like, what do you have to lose? So, yeah, this was it for today. A bit of a heavy topic. But again, I believe it needs to be talked about. And thanks for watching, my dears. I hope you watched this because you love me and this looked interesting, not because you have experienced betrayal yourself. If the latter, my heart goes out to you. And if you would like to share your experience or have any feedbacks about this video, I would love to see that in the comments. And as usual, please do like and subscribe. It means a lot to me and it helps to grow our little community. So then until next time, cheers.